point where it's like no real cooking is going on. The product is usually not very good quality.
Yeah.
Or you're, selling your name for like a line of frozen products where it's like, yeah, I mean, hopefully you can exert control over the quality of what holds your name, but like, yeah, it's also just like it's too hard a business to make that much money.
Yeah.
There's
a certain price that people are willing to pay.
Yeah,
for
that's
the food
at
the end of the day.
I think especially here in America, it's like our expectation of like what food should cost isn't where it should be. We pay less per person, like as a percentage of our income than like any other country does for food. And yeah, it's like, and there's so much of like the costs that get hidden from the consumer, so that like you think it's okay to like pay whatever $3.50 for a gallon of milk, where it's like if you understand like all the steps that it has to take for that milk to get from to you, and you're only paying that much, like you should be telling yourself that like
price point has been
there's some exploitation going on here. There's some things that are not probably being that supply chain isn't what it should be.
And
if you saw
someone's getting fucked.
Someone's getting fucked,
and it's usually the farmer.
Totally, and like it's a real issue because like people get really defensive about their willingness to pay money for food too, because it's like so many people have had like drilled into them that like
you should only spend $5 to eat.
Paying $30 for a steak is like crazy. It's like no, that's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's really not.
Period.
Like, because I was talking about this to Charlie. It's like we think about a dish and then we go get the shit and make it. He's like, if I want to grow peppers, I have to think about that shit in December and then pick my seeds and then fucking get them in the ground. It's like
crazy.
They're thinking about that shit 8 to 9 months before you even get it on your table.
That's insane. Yeah. I mean, this doesn't relate to this conversation, but I remember you touched base on like cooks like now and like the restaurant treatment of like like you wouldn't be who you are if you're
if I didn't get abused a little bit.
You didn't get abused a little bit. And that's that's something that I've been talking to so many people about, like whether like kitchen culture needs to change, right? But how do we change it and in which ways, and like what is the actual like if we get too soft, are these cooks gonna just suck in the future?
Yeah.
And
most likely. Like when you go to train martial arts, they don't dumb it down for you. When you go in the NFL, they don't dumb it down. Yeah. Like you need to be a fucking beast athlete or a beast whatever it is. And I know that there's a better way to do it, but I also feel like some of that discipline is necessary.
Yeah.
And I feel like it should stay within restaurants that have a reputation for doing that. And I'm not talking about fucking hitting people and sexually harassing people.
Yeah.
But I am talking about having consequences for when shit goes wrong.
Dude, no, you don't fucking wake up and get a letter that says you have to show up to Meadowwood tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
You fucking know that what you're getting yourself
exactly.
into. So how are you gonna complain about the fucking how serious they are, or how fucking like the discipline of the place? Like,
if you don't like it, then just leave. Just leave.
Just go somewhere else. But I know I needed it. Like I'm a fucking shithead, and I know that I needed fucking.
Me too.
I know I needed structure. You know what I mean? And if the structure is there for me, and if I'm being guided, and I know that there's like the end goal is that I'm gonna be better, then like I'm like fuck it, give it to me. Like I'll fucking come in, I'll give you my all, and like I'm gonna push. And like as long as I'm not getting attacked personally, and at the end of the day,
it's different. Personal and business stuff.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I oversalted my puree and I served it, and I'm a shitty cook.
Exactly.
And someone's upset, and I know I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So that's like, of course, my sous chef's gonna be yelling at me.
And most of the time, they're upset because they know you're better than that.
100%.
Because they know that you made the wrong decision consciously. Mm-hmm. You tasted it 3 times, 4 times. You're like, this is too salty. Mm-hmm. But it's 5:15.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna add a little bit more butter, a little bit more water, and then hopefully nobody tastes it.
Put a little less puree on the plate.
All these things you do, but it's just like at the end of the day, there's right and there's wrong. If you're doing fucking 25% wrong, it's wrong. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Going all the way or not.
No. I mean, but I still haven't met anyone who like has this is the way they were gonna change the culture. Like I mean, here, for example, like in here, like the way that I'm thinking about the culture in here, I'm like, my employees are getting paid well. tips are being, distributed.
Pooled
like,
everywhere,
everyone's getting, like, good money through tips. Fucking, like, we're not taking ourselves too seriously. Everyone knows that the expectation is to always be, like, professional and making sure that all the aspects of service are being checked off and the place is clean and everything. But I'm letting my servers just, like, be themselves. You know what I mean? I'm not here to,
we're not here to, like, dictate, like, and be super stiff. But also, we're in a position of being in a place that's so small where it's, like, it's so much easier when the separation between, like, us being managers and the people that we're working with, like, here there's so little separation in terms of, like, what we're doing during service. Like, I'm going to be, like, doing a lot of, like, the actual selling of, like, wine and food, like, on the floor. Like, he's going to be one of, like, 2 or 3 people in the kitchen where it's, like, doing a shit ton of the prep, doing a shit ton of the, actual service, like, breaking down. At the end of the night, it's all going to be us. Like, which I think makes it a lot easier, like, when you become a huge restaurant with, like, all these different layers of responsibility, and there's, like, a tendency for, like, you to kick the responsibility down to, like, the person below you or blame the person below you. But, like, here it's like it's too small for us to do any of that. Yeah. It's like when we talk about leading by example, it's like, that example that we're trying to set is like, that's, a third of the people who are working on any given shift. So it's like, that should translate, I think. And hopefully people, like, see the way that we approach work and, mirror that, or at least, try and get to that level of,
Well, it seems like you guys are looking at it from a perspective that's like, point the finger at you first.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, they fucked up because I fucked up.
Yeah.
And
I know everything that happens in this building is my fault because I didn't set them up for success.
Exactly.
I didn't do my homework enough or whatever it was. Like, it's all on me.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously, we'll hold them accountable too, but, like, we'll be working so close together that, like, having those conversations, I think, we'll into it, like, when to have those conversations, how to have those conversations, like, how the people that we're working with will know them, or we already do know them pretty well, and, like, as you get to know them, you learn how to then approach them when you need to, like, have a serious conversation. And that's easier when, like, you're working in a group of 6 than working in a group of 50. And it's like, this is a new guy who, like, has only been here for a week.
Because, I don't
know shit about him, but I just need to know that I'm going to rip him a new one until he, like, fucking hurries up.
It's always like, if you have a big restaurant, it's always the 8th guy is going to talk shit to the 9th guy, then talk shit to the 10th guy. It's like, it's always a small core of people that you need to do your fucking job.
Yeah, dude, I never wanted more than, like, 7 staff.
That's too much.
And the kind of impetus for this place, like, a lot of it is just, like, us putting our heads together. I mean, I just came up with the concept, like, us putting our heads together, like, all right, how can we make this, like, the kind of place that, like, we want to go?
You want to work at,
But want to work at, but also, like, the type of place that we want to go, and the type of place that, like, we know people like us, like, restaurant people who care about food, who are into natural wine, like, how do we make it the place that, like, we want to go and spend time? And, like, that also informs not just, like, what's on the menu, what's on the wine list, but also, like, what the style of service is, and, like, I don't want, some, like, cold new Nordic, like, butt clenched, like fucking three plates all hitting the table at the exact same moment. Like, there's a time and place for that, but, like, that's not what I want. That's not what Andres wants or cares about. Like, I think we just want to focus on, like, all right, the food's gonna be really good, the vibe's gonna be really good.
And then also the people coming through, like, with all these fancy ass restaurants, like, I feel like half the clientele is like,
they're just there to say that they went there.
Yeah, just there to say that they went there. Well, like, this is like a neighborhood spot. You know what I mean? Like, we're here to serve someone that can afford a $12 dish. You know what I mean? Like,
and we were talking about, like, the hours that we're gonna keep, and for a while we're gonna open it up just be 5 days a week, and we're like, all right, we'll do, like, Tuesday through Sunday, like all the other restaurants. And then we're like, that means that, like, we're gonna be, like, on the days that other restaurant people have off, like, we're gonna be closed. So,
no, fuck that. You gotta stay open 7 days a week.
Well, so we're still gonna do 5, but we're gonna start. I mean, eventually we might expand. But, like, we're gonna start Thursday and do Sunday through Monday.
Oh, you're gonna do, like, Tuesday, Wednesday off?
Tuesday, Wednesday off.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So we'll be open.
You
Mondays.
can go to the bank. You can get your laundry done.
Exactly.
The fuck can you do on Sunday?
Like,
Nothing.
All like the restaurant people that we, like, love, that we want to come here,
serve,
like,
and
hopefully Mondays.
They'll be here on Monday, and then also, like, Mondays are gonna be, like, a great time to have, like, guest chefs come through and, like, throw down.
Fuck
the list I have right now is, like, insane.
Ooh, boy.
Yo,
all right, I'm coming back. I'm coming back,
baby.
Let's do it,
dude.
Well, fuck, man. Thanks a lot for inviting me over.
Yeah, dude.
This is a pretty quick tour,
pleasure.
but hey, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Fucking show you the rest.
Yeah, for sure. This podcast will literally be out probably tomorrow because I missed my Monday, and I hope no one's upset. But
Everything's gonna be.
and then to get a good chef out here, right? All right, chef. Thank you very much. Snail Bar, come check it out. Oakland. What street are we on? Shattuck.
Shattuck near Telegraph, near Temescal.
Word up. Look for them the last week of June or the first week of July. Sucio Talk signing off.